and welcome to another episode of the Designer Diaries podcast. If you're listening to this, just be aware that there is a link in the description to the video version of this episode, just because later on in the episode I'm going to be showing a few things on my screen that you might want to be able to see, but it should hopefully make sense anyway if not. But today I wanted to talk about the 3 different elements that I think every designer needs to become in demand in their business. And I've also got an exciting announcement about my in-demand designer program later as well. And I first just want to clarify what I mean by being in demand and why this is different than where you might have heard some people promoting the idea of being booked up and busy or booked out and busy. You might have heard me talk about this before, but I don't really like to use the phrase booked up or booked out and busy because one, I feel like busy kind of insinuates that you're constantly on the move and constantly doing things and maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed or not having time to work on your business rather than just constantly being in your business, and not having a lot of free time either. And the idea of being booked up or booked out, to me, it just sounds like your schedule is really full and there's not a lot of space in it, which is really the opposite of how I try to design my design business and how I imagine a lot of you feel as well. Maybe you've run your design business for a few years already and you're already used to that feeling of constantly being busy and not having enough breathing space in your schedule or the flexibility that you actually started your freelance business for. Or maybe you just know that the whole reason why you want to be a designer is because you want that flexibility and that freedom in your life, and this is the type of work that can enable you to do that. Yes, we want to have clients and work on projects that we love and that we're excited about, but we also want that work-life balance that running our own business should really allow us to do. And so that's why I use the phrase in demand instead of those other phrases. That more insinuates, well, you have got clients wanting to work with you, but it's up to you how many you choose to take on, which ones you choose to take on, and how you design your schedule. You could be booked up for months in advance, or you could prefer a more flexible approach. It just gives a sense of you being able to choose what you're doing with this popularity and being in demand. I've been running my website design business for over 10 years now, working with over 180 clients. I've learned a lot of lessons along the way, and I've definitely had quiet periods, but consistently now I find myself being in demand, and I've tried to condense down what I think the 3 elements are that have really contributed to that so that I can share this with you. And I think the first one really comes down to your positioning and your messaging. And I know as designers, we've probably all done that ideal client avatar exercise, and we know about things like brand strategy and why understanding your ideal clients is so important and how to position yourself in a market. But I mean going really deep on that and actually having it translate into messaging and copy and content that you're sharing out to your audience and to your potential ideal clients that really connects with them and really magnetizes the right people to you, and also repels the wrong people away as well. Because positioning isn't just about attracting great clients, it's also making sure that you're in a place where you're not constantly finding yourself working on wrong fit projects and things that you don't enjoy. This is about finding out what makes you different, what makes you stand out, and really finding your voice and the things that you actually want to say and be known for, and being able to communicate that in an effective way as well. I think that is so important. The second thing that has 100% helped towards building an in-demand business where you've got inquiries regularly coming in, they're all the right fit with people who just cannot wait to work with you. You've got an audience of people who are messaging you and loving what you're putting out there, and again, cannot wait to eventually work with you someday. One of the main things that has contributed to that is building an audience online with content marketing. Now, I see a lot of conversations about whether in your website design business you should be focusing on content marketing and creating content, or relationship building, or other types of marketing. And my take on that is that yes, relationship building is important in this type of business, but it is so much easier when you have got an online presence and a personal brand where you've created content online so that people already know you and like you and trust you before you move on to the relationship building stage. You've got a platform and you've got a personal brand that people already like and trust. And then if you end up in more personal one-to-one conversations and networking and that sort of thing, that whole step is so much easier when you have the foundations of of an audience that you've built or an online presence that you've built. You might also hear conflicting advice about what you should actually share as content online, whether people actually want to hear about your opinions and your personality and educational content, or whether they just want to see examples of your work. And yes, sharing examples of your style and your work is so important, but if you are just sharing that, what you're doing online is you're building a portfolio business. You're creating a brand that is just focused on one thing, and that is your design skills and style. And realistically, there are tons of really talented, skilled designers with similar styles all out there on the internet. So the way that you actually stand out and stop potential clients comparing you with other designers that have got similar level of skills or a similar style is you build a personal brand business, not just a portfolio business. With a personal brand business, your style and your skills are not the only thing that someone is interested in. They also end up being excited to work with you because of your ethos, because of your values, because of the authority and the expertise that you share, and also they feel connected to your personality as well. When you're clear on your personal brand and you're sharing your personal brand online, you're building an online presence and you're building an audience, which is a really healthy, good asset to have as a business owner. What better than to have an audience or a bank of potential clients who not only love your skills and your style, but actually remember who you are and find you really memorable because of all of those other more personal things that you're sharing. Also, as a bonus, when you build a personal brand, you're building flexibility into your business so that if at some point you decide to change niche, or you decide to add more income streams to your business or scale your business in different ways, you can do that very easily because you've built an audience there who really love you as a person or as a personal brand and want access to you and your brain and your expertise and your values, not just your design skills and style. So it gives you so much more flexibility in your business as well. So I just think building a personal brand is an absolute must for future-proofing your business, alongside building an audience online with the use of content marketing. But just doing content marketing and sharing the occasional pieces of content isn't enough to make you in demand. What you really need to be doing is thinking of your content marketing strategy as a funnel. And I call this the content to clients funnel, where you're making sure that you've got content and different platforms working together to attract new ideal clients into your audience, helping them to discover you, to nurture your existing audience of ideal clients so that they can grow to know, like, and trust you, and actually convert that audience into paid projects. And that is the step that a lot of people miss. You'll be jumping on trends on Instagram or sharing the occasional video on TikTok or posting a blog post every now and then, but it doesn't have the strategy of, okay, how are you going to get this person now who's stumbled across your piece of content to actually become a paid client? And that's where creating funnels comes in, and it doesn't have to be as complicated as you think it does, but I will come back to this in just a minute. Then the third thing that I believe you need to have to become in demand is a really, really exceptional client experience. Again, there are tons of really talented designers out there. How are you going to stand out in what you actually create for people other than your designs? That is the experience that you deliver to your clients. So thinking about your onboarding process, taking someone from an inquiry all the way to actually booking in with you and getting started on the project. Is that streamlined? Is it really smooth? Does the client feel supported all the way through? Do they know exactly what's happening and have really clear expectations? Are there any areas where you can surprise and delight them with extra things? Your communication during the project as well. Again, setting expectations, but making sure that you're actually responsive. And then of course your offboarding workflow as well. So once someone's finished a project with you, you don't just ghost them and never speak to them again. How are you supporting them further to get the most out of their new brand or their new website? Having a luxurious feeling, streamlined client experience could be the difference between you working with a client, saying goodbye, and that being it, and you working with that client, them leaving you a rave testimonial and case study that you can then share, them coming back again and again for different projects or businesses that they create, and also referring you more really good high quality clients as well, because they just rave about you to everyone. And that of course in turn helps you to become in demand. So if you are a designer who doesn't feel like they're in demand just yet, maybe you're craving more consistency, you just want to have those regular inquiries dropping into your inbox that actually excite you and they're actually the right fit clients. You want to feel secure and sustained in your business, knowing that you're going to have that constant stream of inquiries, then working on all of those 3 steps is really important. And that is exactly what we work on inside my program In Demand Designer, which, by the way, has just relaunched today. So it's currently open for enrollment, and I will leave all of the links in the description. But whether you are a designer who's been doing this for a while and you're just not seeing that regularity and the quality of inquiries consistently coming through, and you just want to be able to get to a point where you're able to choose only the dreamiest, best paid projects to work on and feel confident in having a flexible schedule. Or maybe you're a designer who has been white labeling or working in agency or generally being behind the scenes, and you want to start building your brand to work on your own projects, and you want to get that right with your positioning. You want more creative freedom and more ownership, but you want to make sure that you still have that feeling of being secure in clients coming in. Or maybe you're a designer who's taken a break for a while, or you're currently pivoting in your business and you just want to make sure that you're getting your positioning right and you're actually creating content that isn't taking you forever and is actually getting you results of converting clients. I basically built this program specifically for you, whether you are a website designer or a web/brand designer, or even this is also relevant for brand designers as well. I won't tell you that you only need to focus on relationship building and you need to go and cold pitch to people and cold DM people or drag yourself to awkward networking events, because I personally hate doing that. I'm an introvert. I want to be at home relaxing. Thank you very much. And I won't be telling you to focus on spending hours trying to go viral on Instagram either. What we do in the program is we focus on those 3 steps that I just talked about: your personal brand and your messaging and your positioning, your content funnels that attract, nurture, and convert your audience into paid projects, and building an exceptional client experience that makes you really memorable as well. Inside this program, we, as I said, focus primarily on content marketing because it really is the best way to future-proof your business with building an audience, building an online presence that can help you to be flexible as your business grows, but also make sure that you're really bringing people constantly into your pipeline and being in demand. But I know that a lot of people are fed up with content marketing and constantly creating content for different algorithms. If you're finding that content is taking you hours to create one social media post, or you're never really sure what to say or overwhelmed with all of the algorithm updates that constantly are happening, or you've already tried content creation but you're focusing just on a platform like Instagram, and every post that you create you're kind of crossing your fingers and praying that it goes viral, and you feel like you're kind of relying on this platform, then that is a surefire way to burn out with content marketing, and that's probably why you don't like it. What we do inside In Demand Designer is we build you a backstage content funnel that essentially works to nurture and convert your clients for you in the background without you having to be present on social media every single day, without you having to stress out if you missed a post by accident. We do this with a combination of blogging and email marketing automations and creating things that I call taster offers. And you literally get all of my fill in the blank templates for exactly how to write and structure a blog post, how to plan out your ideas, do keyword research, even how to write and structure your email automations to nurture your dream clients in the background for you as well. Inside the program, once we've worked through module 1, which is all about your personal brand and your messaging, you essentially end up with a quick reference bank of messaging angles that you can share on your website, you can share in your emails, and you can share in your content as well, which are going to help you to stand out and magnetize those dreamy clients into your audience. We get your backstage content funnel set up, and then we also work on your front stage content funnel, which is focusing more on the social media posts, but in a really strategic and streamlined way so that you're able to consistently create that content rather than procrastinate and put it off all of the time. So I just want to show you what you actually get inside the program. When you join, you get access to all of these different modules where we are working on different projects, and within each of the modules we have essentially lessons that have got video trainings for you to work through. There's templates that you can click to install and start working on, and projects and tasks that I give you to make sure that you're staying on track and actually getting stuff done within this program. So lots of different templates to help you create content quickly, and also I've got a selection of custom trained GPTs or AI bots that I've created that you'll have access to use to speed up your process of creating your personal brand messaging or your content. They're there to help assist you. They won't do it all for you because we don't want to create just generic AI written content, but there are so many tools and features, AI prompts, templates, and custom GPTs that I've included in this program to help you get through it quickly so that you're not spending all your time on content marketing and you can actually get on with working with clients, which is what you love doing. Now, when you join, you get instant lifetime access to go through all of these trainings and the curriculum at your own pace. But just in case you want to make sure that you are taking quick action and you're not just letting this program sit gathering dust, there is a 90-day success path that I have created where there's a calendar of recommended lessons and tasks that you can work on that you can keep up to date with. And you also have the option there to sign up for receiving automated emails to remind you on what lessons and tasks to work on each week as well. So that can really help you stay on track. There's also another option with this program too. So all of this is self-paced, but if you join the VIP version, you also get this additional VIP support for 6 months. And what this is basically an area where you can submit all of the projects and the pieces of content that we've been working on in the program to me to give you private one-to-one feedback and reviews on. So your personal brand blueprint and your messaging, your taster offers and your email sequences, your blog posts that you create and the social content that you create. You can submit all of that to me to give you one-to-one feedback on that you can implement and then take to further improve your content. With the VIP option, you also get the ability to submit questions to me on anything in the program that comes up as you're working through it. And then all questions will be shared anonymously in a shared Q&A ticket bank that all VIP students have got access to so that you can all learn from each other about common questions that are coming up or common situations that we all experience. So that's an in-depth overview of all of the things that we work on within this program. It's called In-Demand Designer and it is open now. As I said, I will leave the link in the description. And as I said, there's 2 different purchasing options. You can either join the self-paced program or you can join as a VIP. And right now, if you join up until the 1st of May, you can save £100 on either option. And I've currently got a 6-month extended payment plan available as well. So at the moment, if you want to join, you can join for as little as £134 per month for the self-paced version or £184 per month for the VIP version. And I hope to see you in there. I've absolutely loved putting this program together. I ran it with some beta students last year and they absolutely loved it. I've had some amazing feedback from it. And one of the beta students messaged me last month in March as well, telling me that she's already fully booked up until summer. So I just know that you're going to get incredible results from this program. And if you've got any questions, just come and message me over on Instagram is probably the best place. I'm at by.rosanna. I would love to help you. I want everyone in this program to be seeing progress and getting results. So I'm not going to push it onto the wrong people who are not going to be seeing results from it. But as I said, you have until the 1st of May to take up on the saving £100 and the extended payment plan for 6 months. And I think that's all I have to say about it for now. So I will speak to you again very soon with another episode, I'm sure. Thank you so much for listening.